I want to be there and baby dance the night away. I let my head down if I want.
Hey guys, it's Stacy with Stacy's Ritzy DP Crafts. Oh my gosh, how is everyone doing today? I'm tired today. I am tired tonight. Actually, it's tonight, so yeah, I don't know. I'm just drained tonight. But welcome everybody to my channel. I know we've got a lot of people here for the retrocultclassic hashtag. So it's so awesome to have you all here and join the channel, and I really hope if that's what you're here for, that starts in February, that you guys have a ton of fun, and make sure that you do get to our Facebook group because that's where the fun happens. Until then, so for all those that are returning, thank you so much for hanging out and listening and posting comments and feedback and all that good stuff. I really appreciate you guys being here. I really, really do. I need to get more content out. Trust me, I know. And I've done about 2 or 3 whipping chats that are now kind of old because they were from 2 weeks ago and I just never remember to post them, or I just never get to posting them. I've got a ton, like I know at least I have 3, 4, 5 different unboxings I have to do, and one I have to finish that's like from 3 weeks ago. So yeah, life happens and kids happen and then I get distracted. You guys can't imagine, I'm just gonna say this, if you're not a content creator, and I'm not a big one, but it takes a lot of work sometimes to get this stuff done. So it's not like, oh, some people just record and move on with it, but I've got too many distractions to just record and move on, but maybe I just need to do that to get things out, because I try and pause it and then I have to clip them together, and it does happen, but it takes time to do all that. But it's okay. It's okay. I will get them out unclipped if I have to, just so you guys can have some content. I do have some items on the way to unbox. I did a huge order for some special drills. Now you guys, if you know me, do I like special drills? Do I like bubbles? No, I don't. But I like to honor our creators out there, especially ones that I follow a lot, and or ones that, what do you call it, influence me, Mr. Christopher and Brandi, or not, yeah, Brandi and Mindy. They're all doing special drills. Christopher just tries to get me to do them, and Mindy and Brandi have their event, so I follow them to actually do them so I can join in on their event and support them as well. So yeah, so that I found out has been in Georgia back on the I want to say the 12th. It was like last week. It was in Georgia, and I'm like, oh my god, Atlanta is like maybe 8 hours away. I can go drive there and pick them up before they get to me. So I don't know what's taking it so long. And 15th it was sent to my hometown and my delivery area. I don't know what's going on with this drill. This is just weird how this is happening here. But it arrived in my local area on the 15th and it's still not to me, and it's the 17th now. So they're like, well, it takes this long to get to you, and I'm like, not when it's in my hometown. Just let me know where it is and I'll go pick it up. Apparently it's at the post office, so I guess our post office is really, really slow because it's way after the holidays right now. But I'll be honest, we did have Martin Luther King holiday, so maybe it's just a little bit delayed, and hopefully I'll get it no later than tomorrow. But if not, then I'll be going to the post office. So yeah, so that'll be a fun little unboxing of goodies. I kind of tried to order some different things than what I'm used to ordering. So we'll see what it all looks like and what I can get done. And Nyx sent us, from Nyx's Notions, she actually sent us some specials during the holidays. I have like 3 or 4 different sets of those specials that came together. So I'm working on those right now, but I'm telling you, single placing, hence what I'm doing right now, is not really my thing. But I've been having so many issues double placing lately or multi placing. I don't know. Nothing's lining up. My Okay, so if anybody has help, send help. But I'm not gonna everybody likes their own putty, everybody likes their own wax, and I'm having a very hard time finding something that I like because I do have Randa's Craft Corner. I have her hard putty or her hard wax, like the really hard kind, and it's all gooey. And I tried putting it in the freezer to harden it up, and it's still all gooey, and it sticks to my drills. So, and it's not that the house is warm, because I'll even put it by our window, and our window is really cold, so that way it stays cold while I'm working. But that's just it's just really gooey. So now what I do is I just dip the tip of my thing in, and I just do this a couple times just to get some goo on there, and I just use that to kind of tacky it and lift it up so that it's not even in my pen. Yeah, it's kind of like if you dip a paintbrush in paint, you just get just a little bit on there to do whatever detail you have to do. So I tried doing it that way, and then I've tried putty, and the putty is just as gooey. It doesn't stick as bad, but it's stringy. And I've tried different kinds of putty, and it's not working. Only thing that's really worked, but that's been leaving a little bit of wax as well, is wax, but that's my favorite so far, and that's what I do use a lot of. In fact, I used so much of it on my Hanukkah dreidel that I got last Hanukkah 2021 is when I purchased it, and I still have the whole thing, but the tip of it came off because I guess that's where I was digging in on the back side, so it made it weak. But that's the one I tend to use the absolute most. And then I kind of just went back to using the regular putty or the regular wax that comes with the kit, just because I know that's going to work, right? But like, what is going on with not only putties and waxes, but the drills as well? Like, our whole ecosystem is out of whack. Like, someone take off the electricity and take off the heat index so my wax can be okay. and my putty won't melt in my hands. But anyway, so yeah, that's been my issues lately. And just finding that good, I don't know, my multi-placers, I'm just not enjoying. I have the thin multi-placers and I have these metal ones. And the thin multi-placers work the best for me. But even those are becoming a pain in my butt. Maybe I just need to get new ones so they're not grooved inwards, possibly. I don't know. But I don't know how you guys use wax for like months on end, because mine maybe lasts a week at the most, and then I have to change it out. Either that or I just get tired of all this stringiness. I don't know. If you got suggestions, comment below, because I don't know what I'm doing. So that's been my dilemma. And then I've had some canvases that I've had to stop working on because it was an old canvas that was going through problems. So now I have to work it out with the company. Some of them can be replaced, some can't. So I'm just hoping I can get some new canvases to try out their new company that they go through now. So we will see how that works. They do have some new images on there and some old ones that I really did want to get beforehand, but I wanted to make sure that I got my stash down. But they got some cute ones out now too, so it's like I wouldn't mind just swapping it out for a new canvas, because one of them I know, let me see, two of them I don't think are available anymore. Oh no, one of them won't be available any longer at all, period. So that one I am going to need to just get replaced on a completely new canvas, and hopefully their new supplier I won't have issues, but I'd like to give it a try, you know, it doesn't hurt, especially if you know you're not going to get your money back. Would I rather have the money back? Yeah, that way I can decide what to do, but at the same time I got a huge discount on the ones that I got, so I would just rather have it replaced with another one of the same size. The second one I was doing for an event, and I'm no longer doing that event because the canvas flopped. So that one I just want to get replaced completely. Plus it's not available anymore for that particular image. And then I do have to test, I think I have 2 or 3 others that I have to test as well and make sure. One I know I started working on, and I think they were, I'm not, it was when I first started, and I'm not sure if it was the drills or the canvas, so I need to go back and see if the drills are popping on that one. Hopefully they're not, but we will definitely see what we will see on those. And then I have, I think, 2 or 3 others that I do need to check on as well and just make sure that those drills are not popping. I do have a canvas instead of a soft lens, so I'm really hoping that my some of the master's painting I was working on and saving to work on again this summer, I'm really hoping that one's okay, so I'm going to have to lay that one out and make sure. But yeah, so it's definitely going to be an interesting ride these next month or so. And I've got, oh my gosh, I have so many fun unboxings. And then I have to get like all my images together to see what I want to work on for retro. I do have my Tweety Bird, so I'm definitely going to work on Tweety Bird, but I have a couple others, and I am going to order one. Once China opens up, I think I'm going to order a special one. And the special one is because it has meaning towards, well, not that we were ever sentimental as a family, but my dad. So it just kind of reminds me of the, the shows that my mom used to watching, and my dad. They really need to find a Doris Day. Okay, so my parents loved, my mom loved Doris Day, Neil Armstrong, and Barbra Streisand. Those were her 2 go-tos. My dad loved Judy Garland, Louis Armstrong, and who else? The Beach Boys. I remember him listening to a lot of those. And there was one more. Old Blue Eyes. What's his name? Blue Eyes. I forget what his name is. He's part of the Rat Pack. I'm so bad at that, but whatever. Anyway, so I need some paintings with those. And, yeah. Oh, and Elvis Presley. There we go. So those are the singers that my parents loved. And I remember with Elvis Presley, I watched Blue Hawaii. I think that's the only movie I really have seen with him, and I watched it a lot just because I love the music in it. And Blue Hawaii was my dad's favorite song. The wedding, I think it was the wedding song, was his favorite. And I don't know, we just kind of watched that all the time. And then we used to have like father-daughter time and watched Wizard of Oz together. And I remember sitting on his lap, and every time the witch came out, he'd like startle me so I can get scared. But I didn't. But I saw pictures of us watching it, and I was like focused on that movie. And I grew up on it. Like I almost know every line of that movie. So that we will definitely be watching for Retro Cult Classic. I'm going to have a viewing room in the Facebook group. Are you guys interested in that? If you are interested, take a look at what's out there and let me know what it is that you're interested in the comments below. And I can open up a viewing room and we can all kind of watch, just hang out. We don't have to talk or nothing, and you don't have to be on camera. But if you guys just want to hang out and watch movies, as you know, I'm up most of the time watching TV. If I'm not on a live, then that's where I'll be. So I might as well just do that in a viewing room and we all can kind of enjoy it. I think that would be a lot of fun. There's so many different movies and shows out there. So what I'll do is I'll get together a listing of what I have available, and then you guys can tell me what you're interested in watching, and we'll either do a spin the wheel on a live to see what we'll be watching for the week. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. We will see. And if you want to join, you can join. You don't have to be part of the event, but you do have to be subscribed to the channel because I can't do it publicly for obvious reasons. And it'll go through on a messenger. I think it goes through on a messenger, or I'll start a room and I just got to figure out how to do it. Because I do have a lot of noise in the background and I really don't want that to come through. So it's like I'll usually mute my headset when I'm using it in somebody else's room, but I don't know how that's going to work for mine. So I'll have to play with it and see how we can do that, but I think that would be a lot of fun. What else is going on? So I'm at a stall with my weight loss. Most of you know I'm on a weight loss journey and I'm at a stall and it's really irritating me. I gained about 4 pounds during the Christmas to New Year's. I think I gained a little bit, but then I lost it with Thanksgiving. And then I gained about 4 pounds again during the holidays. And sorry, I have issues with my drills. And I rub my finger over the canvas. I don't know if anybody will do that, but I rub my finger over the canvas because half the time I can't see if my drills are upside down or straight because my lighting is not that great. So I rub my drill hands over the canvas to see if it's smooth. Does anybody else do that, or am I just weird? And then I just kind of pop them in or adjust them if they're not. But I know that's just gotta be me, right? Anywho, I'll move that away so you guys can kind of see the canvas. Isn't she beautiful? Ugh, it's Flower Crazy from DAC, and I love the colors. Unfortunately, I spilled my drills, and I thought I got the majority of my drills up, but apparently not, and I'm missing a bunch, so I'm going to have to message DAC and help me, DAC, help me. But I need to get replacements. I did take a picture of the spillage, and I did take a picture of what I was able to pick up. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. So I'll just message them once I get through, because I'm missing another color that had a spill as well. I don't know if I took a picture of it, so I'm just hoping that they'll replace it as well. I do normally try and go through my stash, which is why I keep a stash, because I'm notorious for dropping drills. Notorious. And that way if I have a stash, I don't really have to worry about missing any. Or sometimes the color's different with the same company. Yeah, so I kind of have to keep a double stash. Or if it's just a small amount, I just tend to throw it away. But yeah, so I'm going to have to message DAC and say, help me, I need my drills, so I can get this one finished. But I'm not going to do that until I get to the very, very end, because that way I can see what I truly am missing. I don't know, does anybody do that, or is it just me? So anyway, so yeah, with the Retro Cult Classic, we'll do a viewing room. If you guys want to see what the event's all about, I did post a video, and then I did a update. What did I do? I did kind of like a little quick whip to go over it, but basically the Retro Cult Classic is any Retro Cult Classic movie, book, TV show, character, actor, that type of stuff. You know, if it's in a book, then the main character of the book, just so we can identify it. If you have a question or concern, if yours does qualify for the event. Oh, princesses as well, like the Disney princesses. We decided historical because those provide classic stories, ballets, things like that. So if you do have an image that you really want to work on and you're not sure if it works, go ahead and post that in the Retro Cult Classic Facebook group page, and we'll let you know. Or we will try and find something that it will qualify for. And you know, we do kind of get a little bit lenient in terms of some of the stuff, but other things we kind of have to say no to, or make sure rules are followed type of thing. It does have to be a licensed artwork, so please make sure it is licensed. The Google form will hopefully be out later this week, if not by Wednesday. Brandi, Mystria Diamonds is working on it. I have to stumble over her name because I always want to say Mystria of Diamonds, and I know there's no of, but when I say Mystria Diamonds, it sounds like there's an of in there, so I think that's what's thrown me off a little bit. But just know I'm saying Mystria, Mystria Diamonds. Alright, there's no of, even though it sounds like I might be saying it. And I hope it doesn't come across that way when you guys hear this. But anywho, so just make sure it's a licensed piece, that it does fall within a retro cult classic, movie, TV, books, actors, actresses, or characters in books and ballets, historical, all that good stuff. And if it is, it does have to be a new start. However, it does not need to be a finish. And if it is a 50 by 50 or larger, you can kit up and work on it early. You just cannot have more than 50% of it done when the event starts, and your picture will have to be right before the event starts so that it gets loaded, so we see, you know, like your progression and where it's at. Just make sure that it's not more than 50% done when you go to start our event. We're trying to be lenient, but we can't be whole lenient because then it wouldn't be fair to others, if you know what I mean. And you can post on Instagram with the hashtag retrocultclassic. However, with Instagram, we don't see those images. There's a whole thing going around that sometimes it's not capturing all the images for us to see with that hashtag, and we have to be subscribed to you in order to see your posts, type of thing. So in order not to miss anybody, we have a Facebook group that we're going to be posting in the weekly progress report or progress images, and we'll keep track through there. But if for some reason you don't have Facebook or don't use social media, if you don't use Facebook at all, then just, you know, send a message on our Instagram pages if you're with us on Instagram, or email, and that way we can get it added to the count. I know Christopher Kolasa is doing emails, I believe. So we'll try and get his email, but you can also private message us as well. But we do prefer, for the majority of everyone, if you can post it on the Facebook group page. That is going to be the best and the easiest, because then we can just go to the weekly post and see who's in there, and it'll work with all three of us, because we're all three doing the event together. Christopher and I might team up instead of doing a weekly one. That way it can be like 1 week Brandi, 1 week me, 1 week Brandi, 1 week me and Chris, and then our giveaway. But we'll work it out. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to work. However, I do want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was going to get the sponsors I got, and I'm so happy that they are helping us. We've got pen sponsors, we've got washi tape, drill trays, drills, cover minders, wax. What else do we have? I even have accessories, like storage accessories. I've got a few artists that are involved, and a diamond painting company, which will be DAC. And we're just so, oh my gosh, it's my first event. It's my very first event, and I'm so freaking excited. And I'll be honest, I'll be perfectly blunt and honest with you guys. The reason I really haven't done a live as frequently as I probably should, I'm on other people's lives, but if you notice, when I'm on other people's lives, I tend to get really quiet. And I just have a hard time with conversation in general. Oh, you guys cannot see what I'm doing. I just have a really hard time with conversation and keeping the conversation going. So this community has really helped me. And I think that's why I started doing whipping chats, is because it's really helped me talk and communicate better. I still kind of go all over the place, but it's getting me there. It's getting me there. So in order to block the time, don't hate me, but I'll probably have like trivia going on, or Christopher. That's why another reason why I have Christopher on is because he's really fun. I love hanging out with him, and I know he'll help me keep the conversation going as well. So don't hate me, please. But it was just a fun event. I had the idea from Brandi and Jenny, the Uncrafty Crafter. And I was just like, and then Christopher, I was just like, someone needs to do a retro event because all we were talking about was like old classic movies and retro movies and stuff. I was like, let's just put on an event. So I messaged Brandy and I was like, okay, let's do this. And then I need to get someone else fun with it. Do I do Jenny? No, Jenny's doing her Palantine. And then I was between Jenny and Christopher. And of course, I'm going to go with Christopher because Jenny does her Palantine, but I'm going to have her on. And as she's the sponsor, so I'm definitely going to have her on and we'll just have a fun trivia. I think she's got a Golden Girls one, or she's got some trivia as well. I've got some stuff for the decades that are lined up and I have to order it as well. But it's just going to be so much fun. Can you tell I'm excited because I'm talking really fast right now? I gotta slow my roll. So anyway, I was getting to my diet situation. Well, it's not really a diet because I went through weight loss surgery. I'm going to say that every time because I've got a lot of new viewers. Welcome again to the channel. Thank you for coming and subscribing. But I had gastric bypass in March. I'm coming up on my 1 year and I want to lose another 20 pounds before March, and it's just it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. I gained 4 pounds since Christmas time, and I'm just having such a hard time getting rid of it, and I think it's because I'm not exercising enough. So I bought a bike, and I kind of did go a little quick bike rides while it was warm outside, and now it's freezing again. So now I don't have a bike. I have my Oculus, which is the VR system. So I did start trying to do some workouts with that, but some of them are like hard because I'm not coordinated enough, and you have to hit like these balls in different directions and get your body moving or dance, and I'm just not coordinated. So I've got to take a video of me doing it one day, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. So yeah, so that I'm trying to do just to get some movement going, because all I do is really sit and diamond paint or crochet, which yeah, I know is not healthy. I need to get up and walk around and do this and that. I know that, guys. I don't need to be told. I know that. But I can't, there's not enough time to do everything. So I am thinking of getting a bike trainer. And a bike trainer basically is a stationary equipment that holds your back wheel up on a tread type of thing, so that way you can bike ride in your house as a stationary bike. And I was like, oh, that's a cool idea. So I'm trying to research which is good bike trainers, and that way I can bike ride in my house and not need to go anywhere. Do you know what I mean? It becomes a stationary bike, and I think that would help me get a little bit more exercise too, because then I can just put on my VR, sit on my bike, and feel like I'm going somewhere. I haven't done a bike riding one yet, so I think I might try and do that. I would love to put my VR system on. I was thinking of going to the gym and just taking the VR with me and sitting on a bike and doing the VR. But that would be ridiculous. Would you guys go in with your VR headset, sit on a stationary bike at the gym, and pretend like you're biking through the mountains of Yosemite or the Alps or wherever your VR system takes you? Would you do that in public? Like, how cool would that be? But I don't think I'd be afraid that I'd fall off the bike, to be honest with you. And I'd rather, if I'm going to fall off the bike, I'm going to fall off in my house, right? Not out in public where people can see me. Sorry, I'm just making sure it's laying flat. I do have a roller, but this is just so satisfying. But yeah, so I definitely need to get my exercise in. I need to get back to drinking water, taking my fiber, taking my vitamins, all that good stuff. So yeah, but I'm trying different protein powders just because the one that I got is a little bit more expensive than I wanted. I'm all over the place. See, I'm going back and forth all over the place with this stuff. And so I'm trying, the nice thing with the one I have, it's the Devotion Nutrition. And I do like it, although the birthday cake is not my favorite. And the sweet potatoes is just not my favorite. But I do love the chocolate brownie mix. Yes! So the mocha java chip, it was okay. It wasn't my favorite either. I'm stuck on the chocolate brownie. I think they have I think they have one other flavor as well. They have a butter flavor which you use for baking. You can make pancakes with it or muffins, I guess. But these are mostly like they're kind of geared towards baking. The problem is that when you whip it up in your blender, it expands. Like it gets airy and it makes it thicker and it expands and then you can't really cook with it. I learned that because I was trying to do pancakes and my pancakes I was supposed to hand mix it. It became and I put it in the blender and it was just really really flaky and I didn't understand why. Now I know. But I'm trying with other flavors, other companies to see if they whip up in the same way and get thicker and they really don't. So I'm kind of stuck in a catch-22. I'm trying to see I could possibly add a little bit of sugar-free pudding to it just to get that thickness going. But I'm like, do I really want to add stuff to it? In terms of the cost, it would bring the cost down though. So I don't know. And some other companies, of course, have different flavors, and those would make some awesome ice creams because I do freeze them. But I really like the thickness of the Devotion ones. Problem is, they expand a little bit bigger than my cup can do, so I don't know. I don't know, but I'm in a quandary. So I did get the marshmallow flavor, the Jet Puff marshmallow. I think it's from Ghost something or other. And it's a protein. I'm not putting links below. You guys can go Google it. Sorry. It would be a lot. When I decide to do my diet one, I'll put all the products that I've used or that I've tried and let you know what I think on it. Kind of do a review, but with the image itself, not with me actually holding the product. Just so you guys can get an idea, but it's a ghost something, and it's the marshmallow protein powder, and oh my god, I freaking love that. It's better than the birthday cake flavor that I have with Devotion because that is just way too sweet for me. And the marshmallow one, it doesn't, like, for me it doesn't really taste like marshmallows. I kind of treat it as a whipped cream, but it does go pretty thick in my coffee. And I just use that as cream for my coffee, which is great. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. And then I got, what else did I get? What else did I get that I did not like? I don't know. I have these, I think it was Protein Pal I ordered them from, or Bariatric Pal. And they were powdered proteins that I had because I had to go on an all liquid diet and I had to eat soft foods, so I got all those protein packs and I still have them left over, so I'm trying to eat those little by little just so I can use them up. Plus they're added protein, but I need to use them up soon. And then, oh, that's what I got. I got a Metamucil. Okay, so one thing, I'm just going to give you a little TMI, but with gastric bypass, because you're intaking a lot of protein, you really have to take a lot of fiber. And if you don't take a lot of fiber and drink a lot of water, you get very constipated. And so to keep you regular, you take, like, a lot of people will take Miralax, but I started trying, what did I try? Metamucil? I think, yeah, Metamucil. It's healthier for you. Is it a whey? No, it's a psyllium husk. So it's a natural ingredient. It's a psyllium husk instead. And you have to be careful because, just a warning for those of you that aren't aware, some people are allergic to psyllium. So just, kind of test it first. I don't want to be responsible if you go into an anaphylactic shock or anything. So please heed the warnings. Psyllium husk is a fiber that I think absorbs the liquids into more of a solid state, or your waste into a more of a solid state, but it also has other health benefits, like it helps helps your heart, helps people who are diabetic, and promote the insulin in the proper ways, or release the insulin. I don't know how that all works, but it has a lot of better benefits to your overall health than just taking Miralax. So I tried that. I didn't realize mine was an orange flavor, so I put it in water and I was like, oh, this just kind of tastes weird. And I didn't realize it was because it was an orange flavor. So that kind of threw off my taste a little bit. But then I put it in with my protein. And I made like a pina colada with my pina colada water flavor. And that seemed to work out really well. But here's the thing. I put it in my water just by itself. And I didn't know you're kind of supposed to drink it right away because it turns jelly because it's, you know, absorbing this stuff. And I didn't realize that. So I'm sitting here drinking my water and then I go to take a sip of my water and the water doesn't go up my straw. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And all of a sudden I started stirring it to see what was going on. And a whole bunch of like film comes up. And it was like, it looked like there was a like, paper got put inside my water. Like, you know how when you put paper in water, it gets very, very, very thin and delicate? That's kind of what it looked like was coming out. It was like the most disgusting thing I've seen. And then I realized, oh my God, is that the Metamucil? Like, I started stirring it and it did dissipate. And I forgot that it turns into like a gel-like substance. I was like, oh my God, this is gross. But I realized that's why you kind of have to drink it quickly, is because it does thicken up like that. So I stirred it up and just drank it down. But then I was like, okay, I've got to take this quicker and easier than just putting it with water. So I decided I was going to start mixing it in with my protein shake and just kind of do a small version of the protein shake and just down it real quick. But it's an orange flavor. So now I have to find a protein shake that can handle the orange flavor. So I'm thinking I have a strawberry protein shake from Fairlife that I really don't kind of like. That I may combine that with, what can I combine it with? My pina colada protein water. I mean, that might be a little too much protein to take at one time. But I've got to figure this crud out because I've got to get this regularity in check, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's just one fun side effect of gastric bypass is having constipation. That's the keyword for the day. Constipation. Yeah, go ahead and put that in comments and let's see what happens with the comments I get or the people joining my channel. That would be funny. Use constipation as the keyword if you're listening to this. Just write something. I dare you guys. Oh my gosh. So yeah, let's do that. Let's do that for fun. Put that in your comments if you're listening to this. I want to see what happens. Like, I want to see the type of comments people are putting. Well, I don't need the details of your situations, but I'm just eager to see what effect that's going to have, knowing that I'm in a diamond painting channel and a weight loss group, and that I have my channel name as Ritzy DP Crafts. So yeah, use the keyword constipation, and maybe I will do a little giveaway for people who do that. Yeah, I have a little things I could give away. I purchased some stuff that was actually a double purchase. So I've got a few like little quick diamond paintings to do I could do as a giveaway. So yeah, go ahead and use that as a keyword for today. Let's just make this fun and get on my goofy side. People are going to be like wondering what the heck went on in this whippet chat that she's using the word constipation. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Oh my God. I'm just cracking up right now. I probably only get like 1 or 2 comments, but if I get more, that would be like so funny. Anyway, let's change the subject now because I probably turned a whole bunch of people off. Yeah, this is my crazy life, so welcome to it. Fun topics. And this will probably be brought up in a live too. Like, remember that time that Stacy put constipation in her whipping chat? Like, Oh God. All right. Anyway, let's move on to other things. I don't even know where I'm going with all this. Oh Lord, have mercy. Um. So yeah. So we're gonna have um a room that we can all kind of hang out and go to and listen to music and watch TV shows that are classic. I don't know if I want to watch any cult movies, but we can try and find some. I want to be respectful to everybody, but there's cult movies like Lost Boys and Rocky Horror Picture Show and Little Shop of Horrors. So, maybe I can find it. Maybe I'll even, who knows, I could put on a classical ballet, right? We can listen to Les Mis, whether it be the new one or the original Broadway show. Those are all classic, guys. Phantom of the Opera, opera is, that's all classic. We can listen to classical music, all that good stuff. So there is so much stuff out there. So if you guys are on and there happens to be a day that you're like bored and you don't know what to do and you're like, oh my gosh, I really want to watch this movie or this show. If you get inspired with whatever it is you're painting for the event, pop me a message and say, hey, Stace, are you up? Can we like hang out and watch this movie? And we can just have a jam day. Or I know, I sing to myself. Ask Christopher. He was playing all of his music and movies and stuff. And I'll play. Oh, that's another thing. We can kind of play Name That Tune or Name That Show. And because it's just in a private group, that would be fun because we don't have to worry about copyright infringement. And we can kind of just do a Name That Tune thing. Oh my God, there's so many possibilities, guys, on what we can do. So yeah, just pop me or Christopher a line and say, hey, let's do something fun. And we'll open that up for you guys. Oh, I'm so excited. And if you don't want anything, like, you don't have to be, like, it's going to ask to set up your camera, but you don't have to be on camera. Just keep the camera off. And you don't even have to have a voice. You can type. There'll be like a chat available, I believe. And you can just type in the chat if you don't even want to talk. That's perfectly fine. But I think it would just be a fun place. It's kind of like going to the mall and you know how we all hung out at the mall and like talk like Valley Girls, and it was just so cool that this would kind of be like the same thing. Like now I'm getting into my kinda and my likes that I did as a Valley Girl. So it's just like, it's totally bitchin', dude. Okay, yeah, I'm really from the Valley and I think I lost my Valley accent. But yeah, so I'm so excited about that. And if you guys want to dress up or want to show something, a picture or something of you being retro, like you can post that in the group too, and maybe I'll do another giveaway for something like that. I really don't know. We've got so much fun things planned to do. If you want to participate, because I want to kind of like make it go a little bit more than just diamond painting. Because come on, how many times can you relive your past other than on Halloween? There's no retro holidays, right? So yeah, let's just bring our material selves to like the show and not say bye bye bye. Yeah, let's say bye 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 to the Y2Ks. Oh my God, I'm just having fun with this. So yeah, my sister was a total New Kids on the Block. I don't, step by step, ooh baby, da da da. Yeah, remember that song? She was in love with Jordan as a teenager. Oh my God, she had posters up and everything. I'm just like, girl. And we actually won tickets backstage to the New Kids concert. I think it was it in New York? No, I don't think it was in New York. I forget where it was. But we won backstage tickets. And oh my God, that was fun. And then we won tickets to a Michael Jackson concert, or our parents took us to a Michael Jackson concert. And oh my God, that was the most disgusting concert ever because all I did was smell pot. And I'm like, oh my God, what is that freaking smell? Because we were so anti-drug. Remember all the drug? If you're in the US, we had all those public service announcements. Don't do drugs. Tony, what was his name? Tony something or other. Oh my gosh, that's going to kill me. Hold on, I'm going to find out what it was. Alright, so got a little interrupted. I apologize. Oh, so we'll have to figure out what we want to do and what we want to watch. But yeah, I kind of like just hanging out and put on some music and just singing at the top of my lungs sometimes, or just play Name That Tune when it comes up. And that's kind of fun. That is very fun. I've got my annual physical tomorrow, and I was so trying to lose some weight beforehand, and I couldn't even do that. So I'm really kind of disappointed, but overall, I'm still under where I want to be. Or, I'm sorry, I'm still in my 80-pound range. I need to get this 10 pounds off. And it's still going to get harder as I get closer to my 1 year. But, just like, I think if I get that bike thing, it'll be a little bit better. I just need to get some exercise in and drink more water. So I'm going to start with that and see if I can up my exercise just a little bit more, because I've been slacking off. And I haven't been moving around as much, so I know that's a huge thing. When I go to like the grocery stores, which I hate doing, I do try and walk around in there, even though it's just like a casual stroll. At least it's getting me movement. So yeah. But other than that, what else? What else is going on? I don't know. I had like a little bit of a breakdown the other day or last week because I got really upset with my daughter's math teacher because she was passing her grades, and then they learned how to do multiplying fractions, and not just any fractions, they doing mixed numbers. And she was getting very, very confused. And we had, if anybody has children with learning, I don't want to say disability, but a learning situation. She's got ADHD, so she doesn't require like a huge amount of change, but she's on a 504 plan, which is something that the school works with and follows, but it's not where she needs additional aid, if that makes sense. They just do like different changes with her environment and how she learns and whatnot. So we had everything in place, right? I'm gonna gripe here just for a second, or for a few minutes. But we had everything in place. There was a structure. Things were supposed to be followed, and lo and behold, they weren't being followed. She was getting this past assignment, a report card. She missed a lot of work, and I was like, well, where's the pink folder that she's supposed to be doing to complete the work? And it wasn't being given to her. And then the teacher's like, well, I'm not grading her on the incomplete work, I'm grading her on the work that's completed. And I'm like, well, maybe she's rushing to get through it because you're not giving her the pink folder to take her time and do in the morning. She was supposed to get this pink folder with all her incomplete work, and that's not being done. And by law, they have to follow that 504 plan. So when her grade was lower than it was the first report card that put us on alert, and that she was passing with a B on her progress report, I got a little irked. And the school does not provide conference calls. They don't ask you to come in as a conference. They wait for you to ask, which I think is utterly ridiculous. And then I got really fumed that they changed what was agreed upon. And I'm like, I don't care how much the other teacher's doing. I'm very thankful that he's helping her more one-on-one. But you agreed to do something and you're not doing it. And now her grade is almost to the point of failing because you're screwing this part of it up. I was so mad, so mad. Um, so she brought her homework home, and I went through it with her because she said she was struggling, and I she got to the point where she was so frustrated. It was so late at night that she's like, "Mom, I need to stop because my brain's not absorbing the information right now and I can't get it done." And I was so proud of her because that's the first time ever that she's really communicated without whining about it. Oh, we had drama beforehand, but that's the first time that, I mean, she used a word like that to explain something, and I was so proud of her. I'm like, you know what? That's fine. We'll take a break. I'll message the teacher, but you'll have to finish it up. Because what basically she did the work, but she wasn't showing the work. I didn't know how she got the answers, and I was having her rewrite everything neatly because she was not writing on the lines. And that's another thing with ADHD, is that you're kind of all over the place when you're writing. So I'm trying to get her to slow down so that way she can write her numbers on the line and keep everything organized, which will help her thought process. And it was just it was too much for her. So I let the teacher know, and she came back the next day and she's like, "Mom," she goes, "I know it was really hard for me, but I really appreciate you going over the information with me because I actually understood it in class and it made it so much easier, and thank you so much." And I love her for doing that. And that's my Jackie. That's my Jackie Boo. Like, she can be horrendous and you'll hear me complain and bitch about her. But overall, she's the most sensitive, understanding person I've ever known. Um, and it just sucks when her ADHD comes into place and kicks her ass with her moods, because it makes everything turn so much uglier because she doesn't have the patience. And she gets frustrated super easily, and it totally just ruins the mood. And I was just really happy with her. And we're trying to work on her rules. She's got rules that she has to follow and respect. And anytime she comes home, I ask her what the rules are so we make sure we're on the same page. And that seems to be working a little bit better. And then anytime she wants to use the electronics, I ask her what the rules are. And she tells me, I can't download anything. I can't buy anything, yada yada. So, and I have to be respectful. She goes over all the rules, and I think it's really helping out, and I hope it continues to help out. We do have to get on the schedule of her. Well, I mean, right now she doesn't really have homework, but I'll get her back on a schedule. We'll figure out what her schedule is going to be. Right now, she does have extracurricular activities I got her in on, and I'm so happy I did that. So she has art classes on Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday she does pottery, and Thursday she does digital art, and they did their first pottery class, and she made the cutest, what was it? It was a hedgehog. She made the cutest little hedgehog out of clay, so it was drying this week. I don't know when she's going to go back to being able to paint it, but once it's all dry, they'll go ahead and paint it, and then they'll put it in the kiln. And I'm like, did you really make this on your own, or did you have a little bit of help? Because they're learning how to shape things and whatnot. And they're like, well, we helped her with the nose, and like the nose was the cutest part. So I'm just like, okay. But it was just like really cute. And she's learning how to use the tools to make things, which she's like, I already know how to do all this. And she really doesn't. And I think this is the best thing for her, where she can have fun and she can learn how to use the tools and learn what's available. So that way, when she wants me to purchase her clay for her, she'll already know how to use it and can make some wonderful things. And then she starts digital art. Last week the teacher got sick, and that was their first, again, you can't see what I'm doing. That was their first class, so they'll start up this week, and she's doing digital art on Procreate. So she's like, Mom, I already know how to use Procreate, blah, blah, blah. But, you don't know everything, and you don't know different tools and tricks that you can do to make it easier. So this will give her that guidance, and it's through an art teacher, so I'm really excited to see what she does because she does some cool things and she's got great ideas, but I want her to come up with her own. You know what I mean? It's great that you can take an image and color it in and work on the shading, but you can do it so much better. And this will provide you that ability. And she's like, but Mom, you don't like what I do? No, it's not that I don't like it. It's that I know there's possibilities and potential for you to do even better. Because she really wants to try and sell her paintings, but it's just like they're not quite where they need to be yet. So I'm really excited about this for her, and I love to see her art and to be supportive. And it also gives her a way outside of the house that she can use paint and other art supplies, because they do get free time and she can get a canvas out and she can paint with acrylics on the canvas, and I love that for her. They do, when kids are out of school, they do a camp, and she's got it available where you can just drop off the kids for the day if there's room, and they can do art projects during the day, and that's anytime the school's out, so it's like I don't ever have to worry about her. And then we do karate, so right now karate's on Tuesdays and Thursdays if she's not too tired. But karate right now is going through a whole bunch of changes. I think I'm going to like where the structure is heading to, and it's not going to be as evil, I should say, as it was previously, or as hard to accomplish what they want to accomplish as it was previously. I don't know if that's a pro or con, but I think there's going to be a different level of communication with the kids where the kids are going to be respected and not yelled at, type of thing. And I noticed today Jackie's been really flopsy-wopsy with her arms when she goes into karate. And today I reminded her, I'm like, okay, well, I want to see when you go into karate, I want to see you do it straight, and I want to see you do it like you're in competition, and you be respectful and the rules. And she knew the rules, and sure enough, I looked up, because I wait for her outside because I don't think she likes it when I'm inside there. And so I wait for her outside, and I saw a huge difference, and I was really proud of her. So yeah, I gave her a lot of good, positive, constructive feedback. Well, not constructive, but I gave her a lot of good, positive vibes, and I was really, really proud of her. And tonight, we didn't yell at each other tonight. Hopefully she didn't sneak anything in her room to eat and leave food in there for me to yell at her in the morning, but we had a nice quiet night tonight, and it was really nice. I got tons of kisses, which is what she gets usually when she's trying to sneak stuff. Oh my God, she drove me crazy in Hobby Lobby. Mommy, I really want this, I really want that. And then it seemed like she was trying. She has a compulsion thing that if she doesn't get what she wants, she's just going to take it. And she had the look in her eye that she was trying to sneak it. And I kind of noticed it, and I was really hoping that she wouldn't, but you know, I handled it well. And so basically what was happening is I told her to go put the thing back, that she wasn't going to get it. She left it, she snuck it on the counter, and the lady kind of looked at me. I guess Jackie gave her a look, and the lady kind of looked at me, and I was like, oh, no, that's not for us. And Jackie's like, please, Mommy, I want it, it's really cute, blah, blah, blah. I said, no, Jackie, we're not going to get it. Did I just dump all these? Like, these aren't even the same colors. What the hell happened here? Alright, these belong to something else, and I don't know what right now. So I'm going to stick these to the side until I can find the color. But I told her to go put it back, and we were done checking out, and I noticed that she grabbed the shopping basket to put it back, and putting it back is by the door. And she kind of gave me this look, like, is it okay if I take it type of look. You know, I don't know. It was just, you know, you as a mama know that type of a look. And it was a sneaky look. And I was like, no, this is not going to happen right now. So I looked at her and I said, Jackie, you need to go put that back. Because she was headed towards the door with the little basket. I know she wasn't going to turn around and put it back. So I caught it ahead of time. And then I said, as we were going out the door. I'm like, Jackie, you were trying to take that, weren't you? You were trying to find a way to sneak that out the door, weren't you? And she's like, she gets all exasperated. She's like, no, Mom. And I was like, that's what she was trying to do. Because she's very sneaky like that. She did that in a store before with the ring. And she had it in her hand, and I caught her, and I made her go talk to the lady about it and tell the lady what she did. And I went through that in a whole weather whip and chat. So I kind of saw the same thing kind of happening now. Let me just see if they're going to notice. And she tried to play it off, but I knew exactly what she was doing. So I told her in the store, I'm like, Jackie, honestly, you might not have been thinking about it, but honestly, your actions and what you were doing, you were kind of going to try and walk out the store and test and see if we were going to notice. No, Mom, I wasn't doing that. I'm like, okay. So we got past that, and I let her be aware of the situation and what she looked like she was doing and why it seemed very sneaky. So yeah, there's that. But I'm proud that she handles herself the way she did. It wasn't a whole screaming situation. It got a little bit out of hand just because she doesn't like to be accused of stuff. But we talked through it, we got through it, and then we went to go get some other groceries and have dinner, and yeah, so I'm getting pretty low on my canvas here. I think I've gotten all of these drills down, and I'm sitting here opening up new stuff. I'm just checking to see if there's any more I need to do. Yes, I need to do some up here. But I think I'm going to wrap it. I've been talking a good amount of time. I probably went way over the hour. So I just want to thank everyone for joining the Retro Cult Classic and being just as excited about it as I am. I hope you guys are excited with it too. I am definitely going to get this whip and chat up tonight. It is going up Tuesday night, folks, and it'll be ready for you to view in the morning, but if you don't view it now. But I'm going to get this whip and chat up. I love you guys. I appreciate everyone being here. Give me a thumbs up if you like this chat, if you're looking forward to the Retro Cult Classic. And don't forget, just so I can see what happens, put the keyword below in some form of sentence or another. I don't care if you even say, hey, Stacy, for your constipation, what have you. A suggestion on how to resolve it, what I need to take, anything. I'm looking forward to that. But give me a thumbs up. Love you guys. Again, be true to yourselves. Love yourselves. Be kind. Stay true. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. And to our sponsors for the event, I'm going to say bye. Ta-ta. Talk to you later. However you want to say it. Peace out, people. Hasta la vista, baby.